Born to Achieve. Born to Achieve. Welcome to Born to Achieve podcast, the show that inspires and motivates you to unlock your full potential and achieve your goals. With your host, Warren Andrew Pinder. Let's get started on this week's episode of Born to Achieve. Born to Achieve.
There we are now, right? And like help me to help our listening audience to just give an example of how they begin this journey of reverse engineering to achieve their goals and dreams.
Love it. So the first step is pick a statement that is your dream. So what is your dream? In one sentence. So I'll give you something. It can be anywhere as sophisticated as I want to be the most. So mine is I want to build the most positively impactful personal development company in history. Okay, that's a little intense. That's very high. It's an infinite game. You never actually get there. But it can be just like my client that I was talking about earlier with the jobs. I asked, why did you hire me? One sentence. I need one sentence why you hired me. She said, to help me get a handle on my finances and get an aligned job. Boom. Done. That's one sentence. Okay, start there. One sentence, what are you trying to achieve? That's the objective. That's right. The dream. That's the dream. And when I say dream, it doesn't have to be an astronaut. It can be a smaller dream, right?
Right.
And then after that, you go to the quarter. So right now we have 41 days left in Q3. So Q1 is January, February, March. And then April, May, June is Q2. And then July, August, September is Q3. So calendar quarter. So there's 41 days left in the quarter. So what are your top 3 quarterly goals? We call this dreamlining. You reverse engineer your dreams. And so what are your top 3 goals that are going to bring you to that dream? So for example, for her, get a handle on my finances and get an aligned job is the dream statement. The goal is based on the priorities. The priorities are career, health, and relationship. Okay. In career, so you set one goal under each. So the goal for career is apply to 100 jobs. Because if I apply to 100 jobs, I'll get 30 responses. If I get 30 responses, I'll get 10 interviews. If I get 10 interviews, I'll get 3 offers. And if I get 3 offers, I'll get 1 job. That's aligned. And
that's a fact or that's
it's based on statistical probability.
Okay.
So it might be way higher, it might be way lower. There's percent error with everything.
Right.
But it's generally that those numbers tend to work in pretty much everything. So we produce podcasts. I know you have a producer, and we have met so many podcasters over the last 8 years. And out of every 100 podcasters we meet, usually there's about 1 that works with us.
Okay.
And so, you reach out to 100 podcasters, you get 30 responses. Of those 30 responses, 10 of them love you. Of the 10 that love you, 3 of them book a breakthrough session. Of the 3 that book a breakthrough session, 1 of them works with you. And that tends to be the numbers in any industry. But if you're really, really, really good at sales and influence and being authentic and building trust, then you can make those numbers a little better. But at the end of the day, it is a numbers game, right? So even I use baseball as a metaphor. The Major League Baseball, the best baseball player in history for batting average was Ty Cobb, Tycobb. He has a batting average of 366, which means he only hit the ball 366 times out of every 1,000. Wow. So I think that's a good metaphor for life. You take 1,000 shots, and even if you hit 366 of them, you're in the Hall of Fame, right? So exactly. So that's basically how you do it. And if your Q3 goals, if you don't have 90-day goals that lead to the annual goals that lead to your dreams, you're basically winging it. And I think, unfortunately, what I've found, and this has made my social life very atrocious, is most people are winging it. and the reason why, I knew you'd laugh at that. One of the reasons why I'm not a lot of fun at a barbecue, Warren, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I spent my whole life reverse engineering everything I value. And you don't realize when you're a kid that no one else is doing that. They're just kind of acting like they are.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining today's podcast. We'll be right back.
Achieve Man, written by Warren Andrew Pinder and Dominique Bradford. This book passionately focuses on the challenges women have been made to go through and how to overcome them. In some cultures, being a woman disadvantages the girl child. This book carefully exposes the hurdles you might face. This masterpiece is the ultimate self-help guide for women. It reveals your true purpose and identity. Get your copy today. Available from Amazon.
We now return to today's podcast.
What's the importance of doing so? Of reverse engineering your goals and dreams?
The biggest importance is self-belief.
Yes.
When I was in college, we had a website. It was 2007, and in my dorm room there was a website at the time called StumbleUpon, and it was kind of like webcam roulette. You'd basically do something funny or silly or gross, and you'd just stumble upon other webcams. It was really stupid, honestly, giant waste of time in my opinion. But I think that's how a lot of people live life. They stumble upon a person and they marry them, and they stumble upon a job and they get the job, and they stumble upon, like, they're just wandering around stumbling upon success or failure. But the problem with that is that they don't assign the self-belief after. So for me, when I decided to get straight A's, I decided to do it long before I did it. So then when I did it, I proved to myself I could do it. So that built self-efficacy. It built self-belief. It built self-respect. It built my belief in myself. So it's state, prove, self-assign. State that you're going to do something. I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. Then prove to yourself you can do it. And then you actually build unconscious and subconscious self-belief. If you had a friend who broke as many promises to you as you've broken to yourself, how much would you value that friendship?
Yeah, it's true.
And that's your relationship with yourself. So most people have a really negative relationship with themselves because they keep saying, I'm going to quit drinking, and then they don't. Or they say, I'm going to lose weight, and then they don't. Or they say they're going to go to the gym, and then they don't. So what I try to help my clients do is set really small promises to yourself and then stack those wins over time. And then eventually you lose all your friends because no one likes you.
That's true. You're going to weed them out.
Yeah, it's funny.
Those who are with you or who are not, eh? You're gonna weed them
It's
out.
been tough, man. Warren, the better I became as a man, I feel like my social life got worse. And I just want to warn everyone, I genuinely was so naive that I thought that when I quit drinking and when I started lifting weights and when I started reading books and when I started being a better person and when I started focusing on virtue and habits and tracking and metrics, I thought that like people would like me more. That is atrociously not the case. Like my social life, I have a book club. I've been running it for 5 years now. We do it every Saturday. And I was on book club this past Saturday. I kid you not. And I said, is there anyone here? There's like 15 of us. Is there anyone here right now who has authentically and sincerely become a better man or woman in the real world and not had your social life get worse? Not a single hand went up, Warren. It's such a weird thing. When you are worse, your social life gets better. When you're bettering yourself and going to the gym and being more positive and reading more books, unfortunately, you basically sail away from normal and from ordinary from
you think
average.
That's because the percentage, the numbers of the percentage persons that aspire to achieve or to be different?
Anyone who aspires to achieve greatness, like your podcast, they're in a lot of trouble in the social world. In the real world, your life will be great, right? In the social world, it's going to be brutal. So, for example, I always use the social world and the real world as a metaphor. So the social world, in my perspective, is the wedding photos, and the real world is the actual marriage. And I had a relationship in the past where the photos looked really good, but the relationship was no good. And then now I couldn't possibly share a photo that even comes close to how amazing my relationship is. And I think that that's a good metaphor. So if you focus more on the social world than you do the real world, you'll have a lot of friends and people will like you a lot, but you're most likely going to have a really hard time in your real life. And the opposite is true. When you focus on your real life and building real self-belief, real self-respect, real self-discipline, and real achievement, you're going to become a mirror to people that are more on the average part of the bell curve. And then you basically get, it's very lonely, I would say. It's a much more challenging.
You're being 100% real that you will be lonely.
100%. Yeah. You will.
100%.
Yeah. We call it Lonely Land. So Lonely Land is any achiever's path. You're not geographically lonely because people like to be around you because now you're awesome or whatever.
Right.
You will be internally and you're well, some people and the wrong people too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, okay. So right and wrong, correct.
right and wrong. So you have to find who is actually wanting to be around you. There's what I've found is in your mind and in your heart, you might be more lonely because, okay, picture this conversation we're having right now at a barbecue.
Right.
It would
Yeah.
never work. It would never work.
You and I wouldn't probably be this intense drinking a few beers. And,
Yeah.
you know, if you know all this food tastes good, but I wanted other things to that music.
Well,
And so
maybe you and I might go for a walk and talk deep, but for the most part, I'm going to be ostracized from the group if I start talking like this.
yeah,
Because most
you're
people
right.
want to escape their life. They don't want to design their future. And so if you want to design your future and work on yourself, it's like never be a rapper at a country concert. You know what I mean? That's
Yes.
yeah, that's the metaphor, right? So I try to stay in my lane.
That's right.
Now for a commercial break.
Achieve Men, written by Warren Andrew Pinder. In this book, you will learn the 7 steps to achieving your dreams and goals. Given the vision to share how the acronym of the word achieve can be used systematically in your day-to-day life. Each of us is given a unique gift from God. Get your copy today. Available in print, ebook, and audiobook from Amazon.
We now return to today's podcast.
It's important that persons get to understand that there are alternative measures that can be taken, you know, when reevaluating, you know, like you said, you through an accident, you decide, like you said, you had it, you were smart, you knew that you didn't have to study, you could do whatever you wanted, you know, you just it would just, you know, be an aid. But you found out, you came to a point where you had to aim higher, work harder, get smarter, and understand that this is what I want to do. Help people. I want to help people to understand that you can do it. And you brought them to this place of, you know, re-engineering, you know, using the terminology or the actual system of re-engineering their goals and dreams, from a point of perspective that making sense. You know, it's truly, to me, it's really making sense. Give our listeners some advice, like from where they're standing right now at 0, where they can go from the point, you know, the point of their life where they are right now. If it was 0 and they wanted to just get up, just achieve, using more, just give them some hope.
So the I'll give you both sides of the coin. So there's no such thing as something for nothing, and underneath all achievement is someone who took responsibility in advance. And I say this at my company, if anyone ever outworks me at Next Level University, I will fire myself as CEO.
That's deep.
And the point of this is
before you go into, has anyone ever challenged that?
No.
You sure?
No. Yeah. Warren, I haven't taken a full day off in 10 years, brother. So,
well, okay, I got you.
And again, I usually don't share that because people are, oh, that's so bad for you. And I said, no. I live my life. You live your life. Okay. It's not 12 hours every day. Okay. Sometimes it's only an hour, but at the end of the day, no one's challenged that, Warren. My business partner, Kevin, he said, I tried to keep up with Alan and I almost died. But at the end of the day, I do mean it, because the point, rather than the playful stuff we just did, is you have to take responsibility for your own future.
Right.
And because most things are out of our control. Like, I didn't get to choose where I was born. I didn't get to choose that my father died. I didn't get to choose my stepfather. I didn't get to choose that he left. There's a lot of things that are not within my control. But what I say, think, do, feel, and believe, and more importantly, how I react to those things, are within my control. I can change what I say, think, do, feel, and believe. And when I change what I say, think, do, feel, and believe, I can change who I am. And what you create creates you. What you build builds you. What you design designs you. And I have 2,200 episodes of Next Level University, which sounds really cool, but the truth that I want to make sure gets through is each one of those episodes was for the listeners, but it also built me. It was Kevin and I trying to contemplate and learn and grow and learn and understand. Everything I shared on this episode, I had to go learn.
Exactly.
I had to figure out through massive pain, failure, and suffering, and trying and failing, and trying and failing, and trying and failing. And I think that I'm 36. I'm Alan version 3.6, and I'm far, far, far more capable and far more aware than Alan 2.6, but not nearly as capable or aware as I hope I am, as I intend to be at Alan 4.6. And I think, that that's the mentality to have. The only wrong answer is to not have goals. The only wrong answer is to not have dreams. The only wrong answer is to not try. The only wrong answer is to not get back up. And the only wrong answer is not to put in your intentions and your effort and your time and your money into being a better person. Because if we all put our time, effort, and money into becoming a better version of ourselves, the whole world becomes better. And that's really why I went on this mission 10 years ago, because I think meaning comes from achieving meaningful goals that are about more than just yourself.
Right. That's great. That's great. I often say, what can you do, to impact the world? It's a question that, I often ask, and that may sound like way out there, who, me, what can I do? But, it could be that one thing, that one little thing that can be, a catalyst of change, that can impact somewhere, impact many people, or impact millions of people. So like you said, it's just never say, just try in any which way, form, or fashion that you possibly believe.
Warren, you just did. This episode will impact someone. So you're doing it, and I appreciate it, and thank you for having me. I do got to jump because I got another meeting I got to go to, but I was so grateful. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. Give us some
of your handles, just the persons listening to the show who would be, interested in contacting you. Next Level University.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, anyone who was listening. If you are humble and have a sincere interest in reaching your full potential, it's Next Level University, spelt just like it sounds. We're on all YouTube podcast platforms. Me and Kev, we have an 18-person team. We're here to help you reach your full potential. If you want big rewards for minimal effort, do not reach out under any circumstances. I am going to be nothing but a pain in your ass. Okay. That's just the truth. And we also have a website called nextleveluniverse.com, spelled just like it sounds. Everything's on there. You can Google my name as well, ChatGPT, whatever platform you use, and most stuff will come up. And Instagram DM is a good place too. If you find me on Instagram, Alan Lazaros, Lazarus88 is my handle. If you DM me on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, that's actually me. It's not my executive admin. It's not an AI bot. It's actually me. So reach out if this landed. And thank you so much again for having me, Warren.
Thank you. It's been a good having you, man. Real interesting.
You too.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Born to Achieve. We hope you found it informative, inspiring, and motivating. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends and family. Stay focused on your goals, and we'll see you on the next episode of Born to Achieve.
Take advantage of this incredible opportunity. Sign up today and claim your free ebook at www.borntoachievegreatness.com. Follow us on Facebook at Achieve Movement Inc. Get your copy of Exploring Achieveland, A Journey to Realize Your Dreams, Motivational Stories of Kindness, Inspiring Stories for Kids on Amazon and Kindle.